Fuck it, we'll do it live. I'm not monetized anyway.
Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event tonight.
Andre, the China WrestleMania!
Hulkamania is running wild.
My God, what a It's not the world is watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
Southern Trail, I'm going chicken hunting, chopping redneck chicken necks. I ain't saying nothing to that hillbilly. Stick my barrel in his eye. Boom shaka, head chunks in the sky. Why? I never liked chicken pot pie or a chopped chicken on rye. Tell Mr. Willie Bubba I'ma cut his neck up. Chop, chop, there you go, scare cut. What do you do with a drunken hillbilly? Cut his fucking eyes out and feed him to his Aunt Tilly. Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Holy shit! Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. Were you thinking, holy shit, a swordfish almost went through my head?
Holy shit! Holy shit! And all the assholes want us to shit all over everything. Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Good Wednesday night, everyone. It is I, it is he, it is me, PWD, Etep from the Place to Be Reviews, right here with all yous. If you're just coming over from my appearance on Reality Based with Ryan Roger Athe, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. We appreciate it. We are 8 subs away from 1,500 right now. We'd already be there, but of course YouTube has to play their games. We're 2 days away from being able to apply for remonetization, so let's fucking go. We've got Florida Man kicking a chicken. We've got a lot of good stuff tonight, folks. But let me introduce to you this wonderful panel. Let me bring this guy in. Here we go. And now I can introduce this wonderful panel. Let me start out with the man in the square directly next to me with that infectious laugh, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Fisk.
I gotta get a Greenstein or a Rosenblatt of my very own. Nothing else has worked so far, so I'll wish upon a star. Wondrous dancing speck of light, I need a Jew.
Shalom, my friends. Thanks for having me, man. You know, You had just asked us if we heard that video or saw that video, and I said no, and that's not true because I did see it and I left a comment on it. I was so traumatized by that video that somehow selective amnesia erased it from my memory to protect my psyche.
Well, good. You haven't seen, because I did another one today. That was the one from last week. We got another one. We're gonna show off. So
I'm scared.
You probably should be. You probably should be. But thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. And let's see here. Let me find my cursor. Next up, ladies and gentlemen. I think you already know, but we'll just do this.
Fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
America. Yeah. Happy to be here on another amazing Wednesday. My first time testing my new audio equipment. This amazing new microphone that's very less gay than the last one that I had. But I hope it's all coming through okay. Happy as hell to be here. I am Soldier Spirit. Bet's talking. Drop the G and you'll find me. We had amazing guests recently. We had the one and only little Miss Lila Hart is going to be on Skinamax Saturday, this Saturday coming up. And also don't forget, we now have our weekly political show every single Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern. Bet's talking with knife hands because you get good and fucking angry. Some shit we're talking about. And you always have to have a good, strong knife hand when you talk about that kind of stuff. So come check us out. And let's talk about some crazy fucking Florida, man.
Yeah. Absolutely, brother. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
And next up, ladies and gentlemen, this intro is just like this. It never gets old because it's fucking golden. Mr. CJP.
Each leap brings us closer to God. Catch me, Lord. Catch me. Wait. Oh. What have we done to make God angry? You did it.
It is me to CJP, and no, that clip does not get old at all. Ever. It'll never get old. But yeah, I'm just glad to be here. Glad to talk some Florida shenanigans and whatnots and goings on. And let's have some fun.
Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, he is the man with the best name on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brutal Mortal.
J-E-W. This is Auschwitz. This is Auschwitz.
Oh my God, shut it down.
The Goyim no.
Choking.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, it is I, it is me, America's favorite stepson.
Thanks for being here, Brutal. Let me acknowledge this wonderful chat. Keely Chow's here. Hail, Keely. Soldier Spirit saying hi to everybody in the chat. Orale, viva place to be, says my sketchbook 340. Orale, carnal. Welcome, my man. Welcome. God, God damn it.
On this.
Keely. God.
And this floor.
Evil dies tonight.
Sorry to cut you off, CJ.
So what happens in Florida stays on the internet forever.
Yes.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yes.
Hail, superfan Adam Shawhan. Wait, you were on Reality Wrestling? Fuck yeah. No. I was on Reality Based with Ryan Roger Athay this evening. That posted twice. I was like, I thought I just highlighted that one. Oh, look, the Fister, Chris Fister.
I want some ice cream cake now.
Did he?
I want that goddamn Cookie Puss cake pad.
St. Floyd's here. I'm so high about to pistol whip myself. Bless the fit. Hail, baby. Hail.
Lives matter.
Is that the new Juneteenth ritual? You smoke some crack in honor of St. Floyd?
Just speed bag a pregnant woman's belly or something?
Yeah. You got to leave the small arms caliper fire shells out, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Put them in a little
milk,
dish.
you know.
With a fountain.
Glass of purple drank, you know.
Playing some fake 20s from the mantle.
Yep.
If you're really good, you get a bottle of Cristal.
Counterfeit 20s, drugs I had plenty. Now I can't breathe under the knee. Under the knee.
This segment brought to you by Breathe Right Next Strip.
Fentos, the breath taker.
Just put that Breathe Right Next Strip right here, and no knee can stop you. I promise.
Gonna get that so close.
Have a Neil Gala, baby. Have a Neil Gala.
Hail, Nelson, the psychopath. Hello, motherfuckers. Let's turn this beach out, Nelson. We're going to play the new music video in just a minute. Hail, Keely. God damn it, Keely. Zombie Box Reviews. Hail, brother.
Hey.
Zombie Box is breathtaking. What's going on, Zombie Box? I hear the ducks being fed in the background. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Hail, Papa Cotton. Hail rise. Hail rise together from the Fandom Collective, a team at which I am a member of, and a bunch of great people. What's up, Fallon? Tollbat's in the house. Joe's Atmosphere. Scrambles, the Death Dealer. Brightest Day. What's going on?
Up.
Etep was on a reality show about traveling wrestlers that got attempted diddled by Kevin Spacey with their adolescents. God damn it.
Are you trying to summon manliness and motivation? Because that's how you get manliness and motivation.
Yep. One more
He'll
time.
show up in the chat.
That's right.
But here we go, because Nelson's here. I want to play this. This is the vocal stylings of Mr. Nelson Cash, ladies and gentlemen. This is here we go.
Hello, I'm Juggalo Cash. The first little piggy, his house is made of wood. He lives in a chicken, turkey, piggy neighborhood. He likes to fuck his sister and drink his moonshine. A typical redneck, filthy fucking swine. I rolled into town with my axe in my holster. Everybody knows about the wicked piggy roaster. The farmer at the border, he tried to take me out. I took my axe and cut his fucking throat out.
What the hell?
Hello, I'm Joni Gash.
So there you go. There's the latest video.
I was in my trailer park getting out some meth. Now I would like
good to see
Johnny
Fallon.
Cash doing the M&M's like 2 trailer park girls go round the outside.
Round the outside, round the outside. 2 trailer park girls go round the outside.
Jesus.
To lose my mind up in here.
It's like a
You're gonna make me lose my mind.
Just say Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
And then put Nelson's lyrics to it. The Alamo would have ended differently if that were the case.
You could showed up at your high school prom with an axe at my motherfucking prom, chopping necks with a hatchet. Chopping necks, I went psychopathic.
Killed him a bar when he was only 3.
Helium-based Juggalo Cash.
Juggalo Cash.
All I can think of is someone took a Febreze commercial and put ICP on like interdispersed during the commercial. It's a breath, motherfucking air.
Takes a lot to bake a pretty cake. Yeah.
So, wait. This is my voice was actually deeper and more. He was. I killed him in post with the helium injection.
I'm okay.
Words are like bullets.
Wow.
Where's Walton?
I found it. They actually have it on YouTube. The ICP commercial.
Oh no!
It's so fucking funny.
This is a real.
Let's cue that up. Yep. Let's watch it. I'm intrigued. You had my interest. Now you have my attention, sir.
As a guy who got his almost got his mugshot taken with $70 worth of rodeo clown makeup on, I'm also intrigued.
Oh, best driver's license photo ever.
That's a story for another day.
Junior high prom was lit.
Yeah.
Here we go. The audio up.
The joy of whole room freshness. Glade plug-in scented oil fan.
All around you don't even know it.
It's the only freshener to use a continuous built-in fan.
It's just there in the air.
Unlike some fresheners that seem strong just around the outlet, the Glade fan continuously circulates fragrance throughout your whole room.
This shit'll blow your motherfucking mind. Magic everywhere in this bitch.
Plug-in scented oil fan from Glade. The
Pure motherfucking magic.
of fragrance.
It's like a summer breeze up in this bitch.
Imagine them in a Massengill douche commercial.
Oh God.
Feeling
What
not
flavor,
so
of
fresh.
what flavor of Faygo is that?
Oh my God. Well, let's cue up the first story we have here, which is the title story, it's a couple of years old, but somebody sent it to me, and I just thought this was really fucking funny. Because we always talk about Florida Man. Well, this is from the Summer of Love. Well, right after the events that transpired, starring St. Floyd. Florida Man accused of kicking a chicken like a football. This guy looks like the kind of Florida man that'd kick a chicken like a football. My question is, why didn't you just cook it? Were you trying to tenderize the meat by putting the boots to it first? I mean, is that how they roll?
Was the chicken laces out?
The laces were in. You son of a bitch, Marino.
I mean, I've got kicking chicken, like, herbs in my kitchen, but I didn't think fucking literally, you dumbass.
Oh.
Crack is a hell of a drug.
I'm fucking telling you.
Gets his foot stuck in the cloaca.
What the fuck is a cloaca?
Chickens don't have assholes. They have a single hole back there where everything comes out, including the egg, called a cloaca.
Yep.
That's like that little shell on the beach that you blow into, right?
You don't want to blow into this hole.
You blow into your cloaca shell.
Okay. I feel like I have to dig into this. So you're telling me that every morning I'm eating something that comes out of the bird's shit her?
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't. They only have one hole back there, and everything comes out of it.
Yep. If
that.
you've ever got eggs straight from the farm and you notice something on the shell, that's because that's where they come out. Because I get eggs right from my dad's neighbor's farm, and yeah, sometimes there's a little something on the shell.
It gives a new meaning, dude. It gives a new meaning to brown eggs are local and local eggs are fresh.
Who's going chicken punting?
Nelson, there you go. Who's going chicken punting? That's the sequel to the first one.
Chicken.
Fallon says maybe he was making chicken tenders. You know,
it's a weird
you
way to kick off the barbecue.
Right into the pit.
Yeah, usually when they say we're going to kick off the barbecue, it just means start the grill. You don't actually kick the fucking bird.
The ceremonial kicking of the chicken.
Well, it's going to be a good year this time. It cleared the fence.
6 more weeks of summer.
Yeah!
No tornadoes in the trailer park this year.
Woohoo!
Goddamn, we're safe down on Tin Pan Alley. Shit.
We're going to have a good meth harvest this year, boys.
Bless Chris Rock and his Jesusness.
Praise
Little
St. Lord.
Little 6 pound 8 ounce tuxedo t-shirt wearing baby Jesus as I'm formal, but I still like to party.
Hell no to the no.
Hell no to the no.
With Florida, when you got it bad, they got it good.
So this guy's kicking chickens, man. He's out kicking chickens.
Did he have like a running start, or?
That's why I wonder if he got like a place kicker. If it was like the chicken was like teed up and he like started from 7 yards deep at an angle.
Drop
and
kick it.
Yeah. Did he punt it? Like, did he hold it in his hands and like punt it, or was it like on a tee? You know,
right.
Doug Flutie drop kick.
Yeah, those chickens, you know, they got skinny little legs, so it's like they have a built-in tee. So if one's standing there, but you don't want to go Charlie Brown and have the chicken loose you and move, and all of a sudden you're fucking assed up in the air. And
was there like forks involved? Was there like a horseshoe spike across the field? Something? You know, was there like a goal or just
big
like,
old stew pot?
Jesus, yeah, that just makes me wonder. You know, this guy, what style of kicking did he use? A man in the Florida Keys is accused of kicking a chicken like a football player would kick a field goal, according to a witness. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office arrested 43-year-old Nicholas Kevin Chu on animal cruelty charges. Deputies said Chu had an argument with his girlfriend and kicked a chicken. She told investigators.
That's a Chinese dude? That guy doesn't look Chinese.
He does
he
not
said
look
Chu,
Chinese.
not Chow. He said,
yeah, but how many white people do you name? That's like a white guy named Jamal.
Yeah, you don't see it. And Chew, you know, his girlfriend told the investigators he may have broken the chicken's leg. Chew told the sheriff's office he became annoyed with all the noise the chickens made from Roy Jones chasing me around the pen. No? Nobody's a boxing fan?
I thought that chick was part of
Chase
the
this chicken.
Bob and weave, chicken. Bob and weave, man.
Is she the chicken?
Yeah. Is this like a euphemism?
Yeah, right? The first deputy on the scene found the injured chicken standing on one leg. What is it, a flamingo? It appeared, dream big, little chicken, dream big. It appeared to be in respiratory distress. Animal control found the chicken, suffered 4 broken ribs, and promptly cooked it and ate it.
Yeah.
There's a big-ass pink chicken.
The chicken, named Hune, is back with its owner.
Okay, who the fuck names a chicken?
I'm thinking the redneck probably said, "Hun."
Hun. Where's my chicken, hun?
Why would you let that thing live at that point? Like, you critically injured that poor animal. Just freaking chop its head off and cook it.
You know, he wears a disguise to look like other guys. He's not a man. He's a chicken Hugh.
He wears a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man. You're a chicken Hugh.
Wait. Papa says, I know a white guy named Lamont.
Is that sad that a bunch of non-black people know that song?
Oh, I know Sanford and Son, man.
I thought there was no representation prior to the current year.
Yeah, right? No black-led TV shows ever existed before 2016. Scrambles asked, did they give it little chicken painkillers?
Yeah, hot lead injection.
Yep. Yeah. They
cut
its head off.
Tiny little meth pipe for his beak, you know.
He put a little crack pipe in his beak.
Take a hit of this hair, Hugh. You'll feel better in a minute, boy.
With his wing and a sling, he's got a neck brace on, and he's like getting ready to sue him.
You're about to hear from my lawyer, boy.
I can't wait for the Sam Bernstein commercial for that one. Have you been injured in a chicken kicking accident? Are you a chicken? You may be entitled to compensation. Please call the law offices of Sam Bernstein and Associates. Sam Bernstein and Associates
Chicken
is not
kicking's nothing to
affiliated with any
balk
state or
at.
local law. For 33 1/3% of your total award at the end of the trial, we can represent you in all your chicken kicking needs.
It's Sanders and Cluck.
Yes, Sanders and
Cluck. Oh my God. Oh, Florida, what the hell? I mean, what the hell are you guys doing down there? You kicking chickens? You got homeless people fucking in playground tubes on slides and shit? I don't even know what's going on anymore. We did a story about that like 6 months ago. The 2 homeless people on the playground that were banging in the tube, and I think they got wedged in there or something, and they had to Crisco them out.
Get the house. The dogs are at it again. They got stuck.
Oh God.
Should we push them out of there with the fire hose? Nah, let them finish. Upon his release, a chain of kicking chicken restaurants popped up across Florida.
Wait, is it like lobsters in the grocery store? I want that one right there, Daddy. You know what to do, son. Yay!
The wait staff doesn't even bring it to the table. They just punt it over.
Got a giant rubber mitt.
We gotta go get dinner, son. Get your chicken kicking boots on. All right, pal, here we go.
I remember a restaurant not that far from me years ago was called the Fly and Roll, and they literally, you would just go like this. They would just huck rolls at you.
Really? They got Randy Johnson back there throwing 8 mile an hour change ups.
Do you not remember Randy Johnson killing the bird?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That's what I was thought of.
Feathers.
Yep.
It happened again.
He
but
did
not
it twice
during practice. A Diamondbacks pitcher hit a bird with a curveball.
Wow. I was just hearing a story about
killing birds.
I just heard a story about somebody like a fly ball went and hit a bat.
Ooh.
Holy shit!
Yeah, like so after the baseball getting hit by a bat in the air, it hits a bat, an actual
Wow.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
fucking bat. They eat bugs. They're good for you. Don't hurt the bats. Oh
Those
God!
things are hard to hit in the air too because they can bob and weave.
Try fentanyl. A little pinch between your tooth and gums will do you, baby.
Puts hairs on your chest.
Little fit will do you.
Fentatrol, right?
Oh, let's see here. Let's go over to old sperm baby news, shall we?
Old sperm baby? What the fuck?
Old sperm baby news.
Found it under the couch. They decide to fertilize it, or
No, an old man. Al Pacino surpasses Robert.
Oh wow.
Albert Pujols.
Cappuccino.
Yeah.
Al Chicken Kicking Pacino.
Al Chicken Kicking Pacino is expecting a child at 83. How old do you think the mom is?
29?
30?
29.
Wow.
Yep. Right on the nose.
Well, I kind of like it's gross, but at the same time, I kind of don't blame him.
Well, no, men can produce offspring.
Yeah, well, it's the Sean Connery effect. When men get old, they get distinguished, like Sean Connery. When women get old, so do
29's
they.
not bad. I mean, if it was like a 20-year-old, that'd be gross. But
yeah, or like 18, that's like disgusting.
Yeah,
like
29.
But yeah, you're 30 for him.
I would say it's more gross that she had sex with an 83-year-old. That's that chick. That's like that chick in Tulsa King that was banging Sylvester Stallone because she thought he was in his 50s and he's 75 and she's like, what?
Yeah, he's a good dude. He looks amazing for his age.
He does. Sly looks great.
My mind goes to my baby niece, and I think about all the diapers the poor woman's gonna have to change now. Double the amount of diapers.
2 people.
How many little blue pills did he have to pop to get it up enough to actually have it?
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's the question.
Popping pills like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. Hail Pops. He says Al is pulling at 83. Wow, right?
I know.
That's
What happened to inner eyes, Chico? Inner eyes.
Yeah,
you can always play in the mud.
Yep. Papa has it. The wall defeats them all. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's if you're a top, like if you're I don't want to say alpha because he's not, but like if you're a high value man and you had the pick of the litter, you're gonna go for somebody that's pre-wall age. Just saying, you know. And 29, yeah, ain't bad.
It's just biological reality. I mean, after a certain age, they only have a certain number of eggs.
Yep. And every year, was it after 30? Every year, the high likelihood of birth defects goes up, and by 40, it doubles. So eventually, like as women get towards the pause, not only do they have fewer eggs, but they have a higher likelihood of producing birth defects. So it's like, can you blame the dude? Like there's that subconscious biology that's like, that chick is hot, but there's actually a reality for that. It's, she's going to give you a good kid. Like,
I think I'm out. They keep pulling me back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Hail words of paradise. He says, I just came in at high value man. I knew I was in for something fun.
Yep. Chico.
Yeah. So there must be something in the water for 2 Italian gangsters from The Godfather to end up with new babies later in life. That's not later in life. That's like the last page.
That's the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Al
Pacino will become a father for the 4th time, as representatives confirmed to Fox News Digital just weeks after his pal Robert De Niro, 79, welcomed his 7th child. Pacino is expecting his first child with girlfriend Noor Alfala. She was previously linked.
Explains a lot.
She was previously linked to Mick Jagger and billionaire Nicholas Berggruen. The actor, who turned 83 in April, has 3 kids, a daughter to his ex Jan Tarrant, and twins with his ex Beverly D'Angelo. Wow, he was smashing Beverly.
Holiday.
All right, I got some picture of this woman.
Yeah.
Great gravy.
De Niro is the proud father to newborn Gia Virginia Chen De Niro with girlfriend Tiffany Chen, who has 6 other children with 3, and he has 6 other children with 3 different women. Dude's an NBA player.
Oh my God, this chick is smoking hot. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can you blame him now? Like he's doing what we want to do.
He has the option to do so. Why
Yep,
not?
exactly. Yeah.
Let's see. Do they have a picture of Pacino? That's her right there.
Yeah, I got one here as a side by side with the two though.
Yeah. Go ahead and share that if you want. Let's see.
Let's just say that she probably follows the religion where a girl was 9 when she married a 53-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's totally understandable now.
Yeah.
And people give Anna Nicole Smith shit for marrying that 93-year-old. I mean, she has the option to do so. Why not?
Yeah, it's a mutual value. Like they wouldn't have done it if they both didn't feel they were getting something out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Here we go. Yeah. I don't blame her.
Oh God.
That's not even the best picture of her. That's just a good side by side because that is not a fucking couple you'd ever expect to see together.
No.
Good for him, dude. That's a high five moment to him. Holy crap!
Uh-huh.
That's Gargamel right there. Gargamel's banging freaking Kim Kardashian.
No shit.
Yeah. You know, what's the over under on when she leaves him for one of his grandchildren?
Yeah, one of his great grandchildren. Damn.
Yeah.
You still have my screen shared?
Yep.
Look, my
Yeah.
God, that's like fucking Megan Fox.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah, this chick's fine as hell, dude.
Does he just get big clips, like big chick clips, and pulls the skin back so she's not horrified by seeing his naked body?
Right.
He's got like the cow udder when he leans forward, his belly turns into
that.
It was like, what was it? Homer Simpson did that with all the rubber bands and stuff. And all the fat back.
Don't turn around.
There you go, Ruben.
There you go. Yeah,
I will say, kids
are.
Are. I do love my two kids very, very much.
Hell yeah, dude! Kids are your future, man. Like,
yep,
they're gonna be the ones that are protecting you from orderlies in the elderly home.
Yep,
well, her kid's gonna guarantee she's gonna have fucking financial income for the rest of her damn life with banging that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't want to pass over. Frankie says Pacino and De Niro are starting a new film, Raging Balls.
Raging Balls.
They're like little dried up raisins.
Balls.
Brought to you by Morningwood Film.
Pop up dust.
Words of Paradise says, now we know his friend ain't so little. Hey.
Oh man, do you imagine when he finishes? It's just like a mushroom cloud. What is it?
It's a cloud of dust.
Just the spores.
I really do not want to know what Al Pacino's vinegar sounds like.
It's over.
Like somebody stepped on a bottle of baby powder. Poof.
Exactly.
At the end of it, he just says, hoo-ha! Hoo-ha!
Al Pacino starring in Scent of Viagra.
Are you blowing a nut?
Great load.
Yeah, yes. Oh, shit.
Al Pacino, ladies and gentlemen, a father.
Is that a woman? No, that's me. I soiled myself.
Yes.
Oh God.
She's gonna be in there
Poor
buying
Al.
a box of Pampers at like 3X, you know, and some for the baby. Food,
Huggies for him and Huggies for her.
Yeah.
Some for Al. You know.
Al, do you want to have a baby? It depends. Oh no, you're gonna get past my depends.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna pretend I'm incontinent. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Him and Jenna Jameson wear the same size adult diapers. Isn't that funny?
Oh. Yeah, that's like throwing a Snickers bar down the hallway.
There's been enough Snickers bars down that hallway. Let's be honest.
Like when a horse is walking and it just falls out and just leave a trail behind.
Yep. That's Mia Khalifa. You know.
Yep. They don't have to grunt to shit.
No, that shit just falls. It just falls to the floor.
Like a Clydesdale.
She's Mia Khalifa's on a date. She's sitting on this guy's couch, and she's like, "I don't have on underwear." He's like, "We can burn this couch."
On a side story, I actually have literally scared the shit out of a horse before.
Ah!
All right, so here's what happened. I was in Boy Scouts. Again, this is another scout camp story. But we were invited to.
What happens at scout camp is supposed to stay at scout camp.
We were actually invited to carry one of the big helium balloons during the Thanksgiving parade in Houston when I was a kid.
Oh, damn.
The problem is they were having issues getting it inflated, so we were late getting into the parade route. So we're 30 Boy Scouts running through downtown Houston with this gigantic lollipop dragon balloon, and we run right past this like horse and carriage combo, and scares the shit out of the horse, and he's just going. And the Houston Cougar band's like next to it, just laughing their asses off.
And when horses shit, that just comes flying out of there too. Yeah. That's literal. It just comes shooting out.
And it's not quiet either. It's all gas powered.
No. If you remember the Handsome Cab episode of Seinfeld where Kramer fed the horse beefarino. I'm so keen-o on beefarino. Yeah. That's not a that's real life. That's real life. Let's take a moment and hear from our sponsor, and then we'll go on with our next story.
I remember my old country home, clean fresh air and flowers growing in the field, along the path beside our swimming hole. Mama hollering through the screen, Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. That was such a simpler time and place. Lieutenant Dan's taste like the good old days. Lieutenant Dan's half the man ice cream. Half the calories for half the man. But if you want the full flavor of ice cream and all the calories, try Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs ice cream. In your stores right now. Lieutenant Dan's Ice Cream is a proud sponsor of Etep, the place to be reviews.
What the hell?
And thank you, Normie, for that. One of my Fandom Collective brethren made that a while ago. And we have a cock kicking video here. Let's play this.
I thought this was the footage from the story, so I figured I might share.
Bang! Oh shit!
Oh, that was a good kick too. He's had enough of that shit.
That fucking
horse style kick.
Yeah.
Yep, that goat was like, hey, I was impressed by that. Wham!
Yeah.
Like, look at the reflexes on this guy.
Yeah. He's like he hasn't done that. Like that wasn't the first time.
Dude, chickens are dicks, man. I'll bet anything. That chicken probably has a history of pecking the fuck out of people. That's why he fucking gave that thing a boot.
Roosters are like that. I've never had like hens do that shit, but dude, roosters, man, there's a reason why you only put one in your coop. You get more than one of those and they start fighting each other. They start fighting everything. Yeah. Let's just say that you eat good when you have more than one rooster.
Sometimes the chicken deserves to be kicked.
Yep.
Yep. Here's
Let that be a lesson, ladies. Keep one cock in your coop.
Monogamy chicken.
And now a PSA from Monogamy Chicken.
That wasn't a hit in the hood.
No, it didn't sell well in Compton. Nope. Felony charge for man who used airdrop to send naked selfies to strangers.
Was this on the airplane? I think I heard this story.
Yeah, this is a good one here, folks. Let's see here. So we have an Oklahoma man is facing indecent exposure charge. There you go. After well, it was funny that night we had Cody on and we had a Florida story from his county. That was great.
Well, actually, I'm pretty curious where this one's actually from. So
let's see. So he's facing an indecent exposure charge after allegedly using airdrop to send explicit photos of himself to employees at a real estate firm where he was applying for an apartment. Court records show. Oh yeah, this makes sense.
He looks bewildered. He's like, yeah, you just saw my pic, right? I just airdropped it. Yeah, you saw
what? What the heck?
I think he's asking a cop. I think he's asking a cop if they're going to take a picture of his dick after the.
Yeah.
Do you need to take a picture of me, member? Styac Helm 23 earlier this month used AirDrop feature on his phone to transmit photos of his private parts and of himself naked in front of a mirror, according to a probable cause filing. Investigators described the alleged offense as indecent exposure via digital means. Helm, seen it right, went to a Tulsa realtor to apply for an apartment, cops say. An employee of the firm told police that they directed him to sit at a computer for the application process. While Helm was filling out the application, 2 workers received AirDrop notifications on their phones. Curious as to what the contents were, they both accepted the AirDrop, only to discover naked selfies. Helm was arrested and booked into the county jail on a felony count. He was later released on $2,000 bond and is scheduled for arraignment on June 20th. It does not appear that Helm, who lives with his parents, got the desired apartment.
I'm guessing that was North Tulsa. Because that sounds like a North Tulsa story. Or Sand Springs, one of the two.
Words in Paradise says, fuck, he looks like me. Oh, no.
Looks like
no.
Rum circle at a liberal college.
Yeah.
Hi,
I
I'm
was
Moonflower, and I'm going to sing a song to you. This is called Lesbian Seagull.
Lesbian seagull, fly away, caw, caw. Yeah, JB says he got an apartment now. Yep.
Up in the county.
Poor man, AirDrop, open the window and throw a stack of naked Polaroids out.
Throw them out like shurikens.
That's how we did back in my day.
Yeah.
So, do you know the story I'm talking about? I feel like it was last year. This same damn thing happened, but it was on a flight. Some dumbass shared his dick pics to everyone who had open AirDrop on the whole fucking flight. And somehow they identified who he was, and he's stuck for the rest of the flight with everyone knowing that he's the one who showed everyone his dick. Yeah. You never heard about that? There's even video of when the stewardess approached him and said, "We know it was you."
And they need Morgan Freeman to narrate, and that's the way of the moment that I knew my life was over. But when I fucked up,
he'd fucked up.
Yeah,
that means at some point somebody went, "Wait a minute, I know this penis."
Can you pick
They have a scene on the lineup deck, like in Porky's, was Mrs. Ballbrecker says you can identify the penis.
Yeah,
she ripped it through the damn wall.
We have a penis lineup here on the plane in the galley. We have a penis lineup in coach.
Can you describe the penis?
It kind of looks
There's
like
a freckle.
cheese doodle. Yeah, kind of curved.
Yeah, there's a curve at the mid shaft. And whoa! Sir, I'm gonna need you to slow down. Well, he's like, what? He's like, is it wrong for a man to describe another man's dick based on an AirDrop picture on a phone? The stewardess looks at him and says,
"What are you, gay?"
Yeah.
He's like, it's June 1st. It's June 1st. Of course I am. Or it could be like Tom Hardy when he said this in an interview. He's like, I'm an actor. Of course I've had gay sex.
Look at the picture of this guy. The look on his face is like, "What? Well, I got the idea when I saw this chicken fly over my fence."
Well, it looks like somebody else is pulling out their dick and it's slowly zooming in. Notice his eyes are going slightly cross-eyed as it's coming towards him.
Like,
oh no!
Like the Star Destroyer in Star Wars just coming over. Like,
We break for nobody.
He's like, help me! Help me!
No.
No. Oh, why do you always, Peter? Why do you always pull your dick out when I'm in the bathtub? Cleveland, what the hell's wrong with you? You're in my freaking house. I was waiting for your wife, Cracker.
God damn. We
This
could
guy
go so
just
much
says-
nowhere with that.
Who? Oh my God! Like, this is why we can't have nice things. Like,
yeah, we get technology, and what is the first thing he does with it?
guys, I can take a picture of my dick and send it to people.
This is why the Neuralink chip that Elon's trying to push, is very bad. This is just one of many reasons. Because if that airdrop can get into your vision, and you now have like on your heads-up display and your eyeball somebody's dick pic, and you can't get rid of it. I didn't think we thought this one through.
I just found this. Apparently, this is a different incident. So
there's more than. Oh my god!
Oh my!
I saw an article that says apparently that people keep doing this, but yeah, this is the captain having to make an announcement because somebody's doing this right.
If this continues while we're on the ground, I'm gonna have to pull back to the gate. Everybody's gonna have to get off. We're gonna have to get security involved, and it's vacation that's gonna be ruined. So you folks, whatever that airdrop thing is, quit sending naked pictures. Let's get yourself to Cabo.
Southwest Airlines. It figures.
See, I would have figured Spirit Air or JetBlue for that.
Little soul plane.
Soul plane. Oh no!
I'm so tired of these motherfucking dick pics on my motherfucking plane.
So technically, technically, there was snakes on that plane.
Yeah, somebody had an anaconda.
Sick of these naked snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, stop airdropping naked pictures of yourself. We're gonna have to get security involved.
Stop. Airdrop. Shut him down. Open up. Shut.
Whoa.
That's how airdrop dick pics flow.
Yo.
The pilot, that was the most nonchalant announcement I've ever heard from a pilot. Like, all right, you guys.
Yeah, like this is happened plenty of times.
I could just.
All systems are checked. Landing gear is up. Please make sure your seat backs and tray tables in their upright position. And please, for the love of God, stop airdropping dick pics. They're showing up on the radar, and they're extremely small. We thought it was an uncharted island.
We're about to descend at 3,700 feet.
It's a UF no.
Whoever is showing us the dick pics, please put it away.
So different but related. When we did training one time up in Tunisia, North Africa, one time, and we flew in, did our parachute jump out of C-130s, but on the way back, they gave us I think it's a United flight. So this is an actual legit full fucking stewardesses and everything, right? But we're loading up on this plane with all of our weapons, all of our gear, and everything. And they actually had a new set of announcements that sounds like this is rehearsed. Like I think they trained for this, where keep your tray tables up and your seat backs up and buckle your belts and all that. And for those of you with firearms, please make sure that you place them under this position with the barrels facing towards the aisles. Thank you. Like there's an actual set of number of rules about how they wanted our rifles to be stored on the aircraft.
Damn.
They had a protocol for that. That is something. That is something you don't expect.
It was the craziest thing I've ever heard.
From a commercial airline to have military protocol. I guarantee you everyone on that plane felt safe as hell though. Like,
oh yeah.
Can you imagine you're some fucking Hodge getting on that plane? I am going to do today is the day. You get on the plane like today is not the day. Today is not the day.
Not
I get the refund.
Yeah, I do not want to. I'm doing like a Babu Bet from fucking Seinfeld accent. You are very bad man, Jerry. Very very bad man. I just watched that episode yesterday. No, Babu. You tell me to change the restaurant to Pakistani and I do and nobody come. I don't know. But that's what happens when you airdrop dick pics on a plane, folks. Should we watch the video of Bibbidi Bobbidi Bob in his dress in fucking Disney World?
Yeah, what
Holy
the fuck, man?
Oh wait, I was into World of Warcraft with Jonah years back. Total dick. Jonah, I don't know who Jonah Falcon is. I have no idea who that is. I imagine World of Warcraft. That WoW Shifty Gizm. Is that World of Warcraft? No pun intended.
Yep.
Okay. I never played Warcraft, so I thought that was what the abbreviation was, but I don't know.
It just popped up on stream. It sounds like it's actually a good movie.
I play a while.
The World of Warcraft movie?
Yeah, with Chris.
I've never seen it.
I saw
it. It just came out. It just got on the streaming. Oh, yeah,
Oh, really?
That's right. It's Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
the
okay.
Dungeons and Dragons one is funny, dude. There's some genuinely funny bits in that one.
I bought Trey one of the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves T-shirts. He wanted one because him and the wife watched it and he really liked it. They both enjoyed it. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna watch it. It's on. I think it's
Paladin.
I think it's Peacock. It's on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
One of the ones I have, but I have pretty much fucking every single one of them. I pay way too much money for streaming.
I only. Which one do I pay for? I think Amazon Prime and
it's like the only one I don't have.
That's it.
It's because I don't watch it enough to work.
Because I got Netflix.
$50.
I got Netflix and D Plus through my mom. I got Hulu through a friend of the wife's. Paramount Plus through a friend of the wife's. Peacocks. I think I still have Stars and Max through Superfan. What else? I think there's a couple more in there too. I'm missing. I can't remember
Max
which one's
by far the best. I don't know why they switched it to Max and had to make a whole new fucking app. I don't get that, but that is by far the best streaming service there is. Just everything.
Hail Rugo Better. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Rugo is one of our longest tenured channel members before demonetization. We'll be remonetized hopefully within the next month or two.
Oh yeah,
we can apply
what I expect to be
Friday. we can reapply on Friday. The Warcraft movie is better than folks give it credit for. Kind of the start of the video game movies being good. I'll check it out.
No, dude. So all the orc scenes, I love them. All the parts with the orcs are great. As soon as they go to Stormwind and they start doing the human shit, I'm like, I'm out. Like they had, it's so they did their diversity thing with Stormwind and shit, but like it wasn't so much that, it was just the story was so much better with the orcs than it was with. It was almost like they had two stories, kind of like what was that movie with Rob Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino? It was like
Death Proof.
No, Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, you can see the divide in the movie from when Quentin Tarantino handed over the script to Rob Rodriguez, because the first half of the movie is like very Quentin Tarantino, and then the second half is very Rob Rodriguez, and that's how this Warcraft movie felt. Like they had this, like he was saying, it's the introduction, it's like the intro to the first game, the very first turn-based strategy game or the real-time strategy game, and it's really good. And then all of a sudden they get into the human shit, and it's just like Rob Rodriguez. Like, oh no. So
that happens when you pass your movie off to a dumb fuck.
Well, like they have this like half orc chick in there, and it's just oh god,
just cringe.
Gamora. Yeah, it just kind of
Okay,
but I know. Okay, that's all I need to know. But yeah, it just like as a huge Warcraft nerd, it kind of. You know, like I worked with a bunch of ex-Blizzard guys and we're all talking about it, and it was just like, oh, I was like, oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh,
oh no! Hail instant regret. What's going on? I was shocked to get the demonetization. Yeah, when your channel membership got canceled because I got demonetized. Yeah, World of Warcraft Mists of Pandera trailer is great. There's even an epilogue with the orc and human drinking and discussing the fact a panda defeated them.
Yeah, it looks like a kung fu you know how they have those intro cinematics for each expansion.
Yeah,
they had one that felt almost like a Pixar or like whoever the guys that made the Mario movie, DreamWorks, felt like that. Where basically the orcs and the humans crash because they're fighting each other in the beach, or no, they're fighting themselves in the ocean. Both their ships sink. So they like wash ashore, and now they're on this island, and they're like, "Oh shit!" You know, they're like hunting each other down, trying to kill each other, and then all of a sudden this panda just comes and whoops the shit out of them, out of both of them, and they end up like,
"Fuckers are mean."
Well, he hands over like the human hands over his makeshift weapon to the orc, like, "I think you're gonna need this."
You know why that happened, right?
Was it?
They didn't buy the cheese.
No cheese. Nani?
Trey yells that all the time.
What, Nani?
Yeah.
That
I
just
don't know
means
where the
what?
hell he. I don't know where the hell he got it from. He just I'm like, what the hell are you even saying? And then I've heard you say it. I'm like,
It's from Fist of the North Star, or God, what was the? I can't remember the Japanese thing off the top of my head. Something like Hoko, whatever it is. But anyways, basically there's a scene where like the guy does like a whole bunch of acupuncture presses on him. He goes, "Ah, da, 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 da," and then he just goes, "Omae wa mo shindaru," which means you are already dead. And then the guy just goes, "Nani?" and then just explodes.
What does nani mean? Does it mean no?
It means what? Like what?
What? Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
he
Okay, now that
says
makes
it. He tries to say it with that little accent too. He tries to make his voice deep. It's fucking hilarious. It is. It's so funny.
He wants to do Japanese a man. It must be from a diagram.
Oh, you could be Korean.
Thank you, Joe Coy.
Dude, he was so spot on.
You know what's hilarious? So I was watching. So on Crowder the other day, they were talking to some story about Lululemon, and totally off the cuff, somebody brought up the fact that the guy who made Lululemon made that name because he said it would sound funny if Japanese people try to say it.
Ruru Remen.
Ruru Remen. That is a true story. That's really why he named it.
Kind of based for a dumbass company.
Yeah, dude, they fired those two women, man.
Yeah, well, that's obviously the story they were getting at. Yeah, because there was a robbery and they filmed the people robbing the store and they called the cops and they got fired for calling the cops on these two black kids.
Yep.
How does that
Yep.
make sense? Make
It
that
doesn't.
make sense. Like, yeah, like
Because
Yeah,
we
that
live
makes-
in a fucked up, stupid timeline. That's the only sense I can
worst,
give you.
worst timeline ever. You know, like that's it, man.
Did
But yeah, it goes from a place who wants to pick on the accent of Japanese people to now you can't even report people robbing the store.
That's how I know. That's how I know the universe doesn't want me to get. That's why the universe never gave me superpowers, because I would Superman spin to the core of the earth and pee it out.
No,
like that would be it. We would just be under 20 feet of ice, 20 miles of ice, like forever. Right? And that's it.
The
Just
end
pee out
to
the core
AI.
of the earth. Done.
No, all this is gonna do is just. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say you mentioned Ruru Remen. They've had issues before. Do you guys remember hearing about the story? It was a couple of years ago. A black female employee beat a white female employee to death because the white chick caught her stealing leggings. And then the black employee tried to make it look like it was a robbery gone wrong. Did you guys ever hear about that?
No.
Oh, it was sad. I mean, there was blood. I saw pictures from it that were in the article. I mean, I'm not going to show it because I don't need that. I don't need that on the, we do enough as it is. But yeah, it was fucking graphic. I mean, like, she beat her with one of those fucking, like, it was like some steel, like, apparatus or metal, like, pole, just beat the fucking holy hell out of her. I mean, it looked like a scene out of Friday the 13th.
Oh,
it
damn.
was, yeah, killed her, beat her to death. Because she caught her stealing these leggings and she was going to report her because I think it was like her second offense. So instead of taking the punishment for being a fucking thief, she just beats the chick to death. Yeah. Lululemon, yeah, you beat somebody over a pair of overpriced leggings. Like, how does that feel? Like, Jesus. Like, yeah, and now you can't call the police on anybody for shoplifting anymore because, remember, property crimes are fine because they go against corporations, billion-dollar corporations, according to these weirdos, but they don't realize, because they have no sense of economics, because they're all commies, that those continued crimes against corporations make the cost of living and cost of goods and everything else fucking go up. So, and stores to leave cities like Walmart leaving Portland and Chicago. Gee, who would have thought 3 straight years of looting and fucking shoplifting would cause a store to say, you know what? Fuck you, we're out. We can move 20 minutes over here and we're not going to have these fucking problems.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Right? Like I said, we found out Juneteenth was on a Monday this year. More happy I could not be. We're going to have a hell of a celebration in honor. Yeah, Rugo says shoplifting and murder. That's a real choice there. Right? Right? Yeah, these. What did you? Oh, what would you say? Okay, so we got suggestion. Will is going to die. He's talking Stranger Things, but he won't be the only major character that dies. Like, come on, guys, it can't be just Will. There might be other characters as well. Like, I say Will. I say Will. I say Will is going to die in the 5th season. I think they'll kill off. If they kill off anybody else, it'll be a like B tier character. I don't see them killing off any of the other main cast. I really don't.
Did you not see the latest teaser poster that shows like the Vecna things wrapping around Will?
Yeah, I'm going to try to convince Will to be the next him. Because you know how he feels alienated? They set that whole thing up like, he's gay and all. No, he's being distanced and alienated. And it's going to he's going to be the superpowered villain. He's going to be the protege. He's going to be the Sith apprentice.
Super gay.
Yeah, super gay.
Yeah, Vecna gay.
Yeah, and I mean, like that's what they were setting up. So if they don't do that, I'll be surprised.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think
that sounds like a good prediction.
Yeah, I think what will happen too is it's going to be a final showdown where 7 won't or 11 won't have enough power to defeat Vecna. And it's going to be Will that basically finishes off Vecna and in the process kills himself.
Were you were going to say 11? Were you thinking of 7 of 9?
Yeah. Hey now. I'd take that.
Isn't that Jerry Ryan?
Yes, and she still looks amazing.
Still a smoke show.
Her husband, she was married to like some senator or something. He fucked around on her. I remember hearing that, and I was like,
why?
Did you not?
Unless she's a complete frigid bitch, like you know what I mean? Like I'm like, why?
Jerry Ryan. She seems like a really.
Why be happy with what you got?
I never got that impression from her. But I mean, they're actors, so you never.
Actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've seen interviews with her. She seems pretty fucking chill, you know. I don't know. What up, Glinzer? He says, I want Words of Paradise says, when I was in the police academy, they literally told us be wary of loss prevention employees because they want to BS so bad they fuck shit up. I can speak for that because I worked LP for a while and I fucking hated it. And I did as little as possible when I worked that job. Like, I mean, it was such a fucking fuck job. Like, they put me in Flint, Michigan, and we had store detectives getting run over and shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you steal. Just fucking don't run me over. Fuck you. You want to see?
When I was at the Vegas meetup, I went to one of those fucking stores where pretty much everything was behind a locked door. You had to get an employee to get anything that was on the shelf, and that was stuff that's not clothes or whatever. But that entire, I had to fucking ask for somebody to come over to get fucking plastic little toothpick things.
Oh damn!
Everything was locked up.
That's a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked for a private security firm, and that was my first job, was working store LP, and oh my God, was it fucking miserable. Most of the time, I just sit back and watch cameras if the store had a good camera system. I fucking hated that job so bad, because it was either that or go work in a jail as a CO, and I was like, the COs back then around me were only making like $10 an hour with no benefits, and I'm like, fuck you. To work in a jail? Kiss my ass. Like, nope, not happening. So I went and I was making we're talking 13 years ago, but it started at like, I don't know, $14 an hour with, and I got paid 55 cents a mile. So it wasn't, and I drove an average of like 150 miles a day sometimes, so it wasn't too bad, but I only did that for a while. I was like, I can't fucking do this. This job fucking sucks. They had to bust grandma for stealing a leak in a can of cat food.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, stupid shit, dude. Like stupid shit. I hated that fucking gig. Like I said, it was fucking miserable. It was just a thankless fucking job, because no matter how many like apprehensions you made, they were never fucking satisfied. The most fun I had was I had to run this kid down for stealing like 2/5 of liquor. It's August. It's like 90 degrees. He's wearing a triple fat goose coat, and he walked right by the liquor display and was looking the whole time. And I'm in plain clothes. I'm standing, just kind of walking by the service desk. I said, get ready to call 911 for me when I come through the door, because this guy's gonna jet. Made one more pass, and I saw him grab a bottle. shove it in his coat, walks over to the door. He hit the door and he took off. I had to wait for him to clear the doors before I could chase him. So
right.
Normally I'm like, whatever. But I'm like, it's right in front of like I have to. So I go after him and he dropped it in the parking lot. It didn't break. And by the time he was picking it up, I was standing right there. I'm like, why don't you just give me that, dude? And the guy kind of squared up with me, and I'm just like,
really?
All right. I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, this is gonna be fun. I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna make this motherfucker eat the pavement if he swings at me. Like he's gonna swing once, his arm's gonna be behind his back, and he's gonna be face down, going fuck. But I talked him down, and we go walking inside. He goes. He says, and this is this little ass like redneck white dude. He's like, yo, don't call the cops. I just got out of jail. I'm like, and I says, I promise you, I will not call the police. I said, I will not call the police. I promise you that. As soon as I was out the door, they were already called. So I take him. I said,
right, yeah.
Yep. I said, why don't you come? I said, let's go sit down and talk, and we'll straighten everything out. And he's like, all right. So we go back there, and I had to have 2 witnesses. So 2 other store employees come back with me, and well, you can search him. I'm like, fuck that. The last time I did that, dude had 2 needles in his pocket. Before I pat searched him, because I put my gloves on, I'm like, before I do this, do you have anything that's gonna poke, stab, cut, or otherwise injure me on your person? And he's like, yes, I do. And I'm like, okay, please remove it slowly from your pocket, put it on the table in one very slow and steady motion. He's all right. He was diabetic. He had his little the little gimmicks on him. I'm like, okay. So fucking dude sits down at the table. And the cop walks in, and the kid's face turns fucking white, and he just puts his head down on the table. And the cop goes, Mr. So-and-so, how nice to see you again. And this cop's got a scar on his face, about half his cheek. And I'm like, he goes, yeah. He goes, what did you what did you do this time? I says, well, he had a 5th of Gentleman Jack. He tried to take off with. And the cop's like, liquor again. He goes, thought you would have learned after last time. And I'm like, last time? He goes, how do you think I got this? He goes, he threw the bottle at me when he was running away. Shit. He was in a gas station, tried to steal right in front of this cop, threw the bottle at him, hit him in the side of the face. This guy, I wouldn't fuck with this dude if I had 3 friends with me. I mean, he was a big man. I mean, he was shorter. He's probably about 5'10", but I mean, he was like three of me. I mean, and not fat. I mean, this dude had it looked like his fucking, because they had short sleeve uniforms, were tailored because his fucking arms were so big.
Oh, damn. He's one of those tough men guys.
Yeah.
Magnuson.
He was
totally not shaped like an AEW wrestler. Is what you're
saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no, he was
like
Brian Cage.
Yeah.
he had a Marine Corps tattoo in his arm, and I'm like, this. I wanted to ask him, did you beat the fuck out of him after he did that? And the kid's reaction said it all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he bumped his head getting in the fucking cruiser. But yeah. Yeah. I was not long. I only worked there for a couple months, but that was the funniest apprehension I ever had, was that one right there, easily. Just the look on that kid's face when that fucking cop come walking in the door, just head right down on the table, just it was beautiful. But yeah,
the same look Al Pacino's wife said when she said she was pregnant, and then he went,
by who? Al's reaction. Whose is it? Oh wait, what did? Oh, god damn it! I sped up. Wait, hang on. I gotta go up here and do this right. I spent all last week stealing dogs from old ladies for fat money. Oh my god. Like I said, whoever runs the St. Floyd account, you're truly doing the Lord's work. Speaking of doing the Lord's work, so is this Disney employee in a dress.
Dude, that's disgusting. That has nothing to keep that shit from kids, man. You can do that at Gay Club, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't understand. Is the vid? Do we have the? Oh, here we go.
Beauty is the beast.
Hang on.
Ugh.
It's loading. I gotta go over here to the other screen. Yeah, this
Lennon doing a bad bit on the state.
Yeah.
Look at this
Officer
guy.
Dangle.
Oh, this fucking guy.
So my name's Nick. I'm one of Fairy Godmother's apprentices. I'm here to shop you around and make all your selections for the day.
Fucking woman making ass.
Was that his real voice, or was that someone making a voice?
No, that
was his voice.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! That tulip definitely doesn't have to grunt to shit. Holy crap!
Yeah,
that guy's
Hail
a dog
Darius
on a map.
Munchausen.
I saw an article with this guy's face, and he looks creepy as fuck. I haven't watched the video yet, but the voice just goes tenfold even more creepy.
Yeah, that's unnerving.
That's fucking. We can't say the P word, can we?
No.
Yeah, no, we can't.
This dude likes kids. Guarantee
Yep.
it. He
looks
kids.
File.
He's an animal bathing enthusiast, a dog bathing enthusiast.
Yes.
Bibbidi bobbidi blach. Yeah, that's about right. Bought her tickets to Baby Metal instead of taking her to Disney. Parenting win.
One of you got a guy who likes to pee when he squats.
Parenting win. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Jason Holt. We discussed that, my wife and I, and we're gonna go to Universal instead. You know, I want to go. The only reason I want to go to California is I want to go to the what is it, the Super Nintendo Land or whatever they open there.
Yeah.
Is that in Florida?
Do they have one in Florida, or is it only in Cali?
I thought it was in the Florida Universal because they have one.
Is
in
it
Tokyo.
Florida?
I know. Well, no, I know that there's got to be at least one in California too, because I know the Geeks and Gamers guys after the meetup went over to California to go check it out.
Okay. All right,
Maybe
because I
it
know
is only in
Jeff went there over WrestleMania weekend when they did the bullshitters were out there. They went to the Super Nintendo gimmick. So like I said, I didn't know obviously if there's one in Florida, I'd rather go there.
No, it's not until 2025.
One in Florida.
Yeah.
It's part of their Epic Universe theme park.
Okay.
That's gonna destroy Disney when it opens.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't. Disney deserves it. They deserve everything they're getting. It isn't Chapek's getting sued now by the shareholders for in false reporting of the projected earnings from the streaming service to basically using subterfuge on the shareholders. They're in a world of trouble. I mean, and I'm absolutely all for it. Fuck them. Burn it to the ground. Burn it to the fucking ground.
I don't know how much you follow. If you follow the Pat McAfee show, I know you're a big fan of him when he was with WWE. But have you heard about how he made an agreement? He's working with ESPN now.
Yep.
And he even praised Bob Iger and had a picture with him and all his fucking shit. I'm like, you realize you just sold your soul to the devil,
dude.
Right?
I was listening to Black and White Sports, which I love. Matrix and Rhodes; those guys are fucking awesome. When they broke that story about him signing that ESPN deal, his fans fucking went livid. He turned off his live chat and made it members only on the stream because he was getting roasted. And that's something that I guess I never watched his show very much, but I saw clips and like I said, I respected the hell out of him for walking into WWE and doing so well. I was like, God damn, this guy belongs here.
Yeah.
But he sold out. Fucking sold out.
All the claims are is that the biggest concession they had to make is that he can't cuss the way he does. He can't say fuck. They'll let him get away with saying anything else, but they're simulcasting on ESPN, on their YouTube, on their app, all this stuff at the exact same time. But their biggest concession is they can't say fuck. He is claiming that they are not making any other requirements, that they're not going to make any other changes. And he says, why are they going to go through all this to bring me on if they want to change my show? Why would they want to do that? You have no fucking clue who you're dealing with, do you? As soon as you try to say anything political, you say anything about the fucking jab or anything like that, they are going to censor the fuck out of you.
Yep. Oh yeah, and he'll get pulled from the air, he'll get warned, and then he'll be Carano'd. They'll get rid of him.
He's very free speech, but he's too ignorant to understand what Disney and ESPN really is, and the way that we see the truth with them. He's too ignorant about that because he's not big on politics. And that's one of the things I love about the guy. but he is extremely ignorant when it comes to the politics of things. I think that's what he doesn't understand, why people like us, why we hate ESPN so fucking much. But it's going to be something he's going to regret.
Yeah.
I think it will too. Like I said, when your audience starts to turn on you like that because they can see the writing on the wall and you're oblivious to it, you've already lost. And that's sad. That's sad.
As another thing, also wasn't that long ago. Obviously, it was well before the Dylan Mulvaney thing, but he made a deal with Bud Light, and he announced this being a big announcement coming up, and everybody was like, "What? You're now an advertiser for fucking Bud Light? What did he fucking do? We don't care." But obviously, it looks like now. I think I've noticed. I think they got rid of that agreement due to the Bud Light backlash, at least. So,
yeah. Nobody is buying Bud Light. I mean,
no, they're done. It's a dead brand.
Fucking that's dead in the water, and that's on their stupid ass marketing department. And that was it, Lauren Hirsch. I can't remember.
Bolshevik.
Yeah, basically might as well be. I mean, it's a fucking sad state of affairs.
Apparently, Bud Light is a verb now. It's to say that we're gonna Bud Light this company, which means you're gonna fucking gonna get burnt down in fucking protest.
Dude, my dad worked there for like 30 years of his life. Okay, and he's probably never gonna see a pension. You know, like they got bought out by InBev, and once they did that, they installed a former Alphabet guy in there, and he started hiring this Bolshevik shit. It's when we started seeing Amy Schumer in there, and freaking yeah, like that that's when the Seth Rogen commercials about feminism came up and shit, and it was why? Who the hell like? It's intentional at that point. Like, these are Americans out of jobs. These are people losing their job.
I mean, it's all the ESG thing. All these companies do believe that their ESG score really does matter. So they have to hire certain people and they have to donate to causes like BLM or whatever the fuck. And they really do believe it's real. And that's why even after the Bud Light backlash, companies still fucking did stupid shit. Right after that, Miller Lite comes out with the fucking feminist ad. And whatever, this other one's fucking burning down now. But when to say your company is going to get Bud Light or whatever the fuck, however people say it, I mean, that has got to wake people up. But these, again, though, they have these people like the activists in charge, like you're saying, they hire certain people who are focused on their ESG scores, on their social liberal fucking agenda bullshit, and it just ends up sacrificing the company bottom line more than anything else.
And the people that are making these decisions, the parasites at the top, they'll just go and sail onto some new host company on their golden parachutes and then go destroy that company. But like the workers, the people that had absolutely there are people at Disney that want nothing to do with the Rainbow Reich and any of this garbage, but they're keeping their mouths shut because they got to put food on their table. Guess what? Disney laid off a population of a small town. None of the people who made that decision, Bob Iger and none of these other people who made these decisions to put all this fruity crap in there, they're not losing their jobs. No, they're making Americans lose their jobs, and those Americans then become dependent on the government, and voila, communism.
JB said Miller was first and Bud Light just got more press. I didn't know that. Maybe that is true. Like maybe that feminist ad did come out, but we never heard about it until Bud Light burnt their shit down with Dylan Mulvaney. Interesting.
It did. That the Miller Lite ad came out back in like March, and they fucking tried to bury it. They tried to bury it.
Well, they did a good job until Dylan fucking digged it back up. Killed two companies. Holy shit.
Fucking Chick-fil-A's fallen too.
Yep.
Yes, they did.
Dude, that was disgusting.
Oh, that's the other one. That's the other one I was going to bring up. Yeah, Chick-fucking-Fil-A.
Yeah. Worst timeline ever. All I think is remember Trading Places where they're like, turn those machines back on, get those people back in here. Yeah. That's like the Large Hadron Collider right now. They're like, turn those machines back on, get those people back in here. We got to fix this timeline.
Oh yeah, Walt Disney is definitely rolling over his grave.
Communists.
Yeah, he literally Razor Fist made an awesome video about it. More Walt, less Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I Razor Fist is so fucking spot on.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him and like Salty Cracker. Like Salty Cracker is fucking awesome. That dude's fire. Yeah, Darius says Bud Lighted to be canceled by proud American patriots. Woke stores are being Bud Lighted. Urban Dictionary.
That's
Nice.
awesome. I hope that is real. I hope that really is in the Urban Dictionary now. That's awesome.
I would have figured it been, Bud Lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. It sounds like being Bud Lit sounds better. Yeah.
Frankie Nose says bring back Spuds and the Bikini Girls. I don't even drink.
I met a Spuds McKenzie once.
Nice.
It was actually
I used to have one of those sweatshirts.
A Budweiser promotional thing. We actually went to tour the factory in Houston, and they had a Spuds McKenzie. It wasn't obviously.
Yeah, they might, but then they'll change the dog to black. It'd be a black dog.
Black dog with the white
race.
circle.
Right.
They race swap the dog.
Right.
I loved
a black cat.
Somebody dropped a meme. It was Disney's Old Yeller, and it was like a black lab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like the Netflix Polar Bears documentary. It's all a bunch of black bears.
Yeah. That whole thing, dude. I mean, I don't want to go on a full rant, but like, it warms my heart when I see a bunch of my, the people that I follow on Twitter that are black Twitter people that are pushing back against the more people. I'm grateful because they're sick of this shit too, dude. They're sick of being told your culture, your ethnicity, is not good enough, and the only way that we're ever going to make money off of it is giving you the table scraps or the hand-me-downs of white people's shit.
It's not hand-me-downs. It's even worse than what Eric July said. Eric July said they're sloppy seconds. No. This is the last dude in line at the gangbang.
Yeah, it's all crusty and shit, and it's like it warms my heart when I see black Twitter people hitting back hard. Like, there's a lot of indie black comic book creators. I didn't even know some of them were black until recently. I didn't care, and the guy's like, I'm black. I don't want to see this Aragorn shit. What the hell is this? And it's like, thank you, man.
I never even heard that Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, right? She played the pilot in. I never saw that clip when she was getting into the car and TMZ or whatever was asking her about her playing some fucking white character. And she's going off saying that this is stupid. Black people of color shouldn't be taking white people's roles anymore. Make your own role. I thought that was a new. I didn't realize that came out like 8 years ago.
Did it?
Shit, she was based. Yeah.
I didn't know she was like that.
Yeah, I looked at. Oh, I'm sure she apologized after, of course, because she had to, because she's fucking Hollywood. Yep. But yeah, look that clip up. I saw they played that as the opening role for Friday Night Tights the other night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. It was fucking. I mean, it was a really based statement, but of course she folded and apologized though. But yeah, it was a fucking awesome statement though.
Yeah. Well,
hell yeah.
It's intentional though. It's the ESG and all that stuff is intentional divisiveness because it's designed to piss everyone off. White people are being erased from their own culture. Black people, are being told they're the last guy at the end of the gangbang or whatever, But it's like nobody's happy with this.
No,
nobody.
Well, how much longer does it have to go, and how much worse does that have to get for women before these supposed feminist women, when they're not really feminists, they're just anti-men? But I mean, how much farther is this going to have to go with this transgender movement? I mean,
oh my God! Well, you heard the term they invented to silence feminists, right?
No.
TERF, trans exclusionary radical. Like that was that's a total.
What does that mean again? Say it again.
Trans exclusionary radical feminist, or TERF, is what they label like J.K. Rowling and any other woman that's like, this transformer shit needs to stop because men can't get pregnant. You don't know what, like, your grape experience is not the same as mine when I have to go get a pregnancy test. Or I got ovarian cysts or something. You're never going to have that. You don't have a womb. To quote South Park, you don't have a womb, Mrs. Garrison.
It's like that entire scene from Life of Brian.
Yep, exactly.
The 70s calling this shit out.
They're editing that out too. If you don't have a hard copy of that, get it now because it's going to be removed.
Oh yeah. I was watching Blazing Saddles the other day. The wife and I were, and Trey was in the room, and we're like, should we tell him to leave the room? I'm like, he went in the other room. He was kind of he wasn't paying attention, but we were watching it and she just looked at me. She goes, "They couldn't make this movie today." I'm like, "No, we've been saying that. There's no way."
Dude,
no.
Dude, there's so many. One of the great clips that that Crowder did a while ago. They do this thing where they can't make them like this anymore, and it was amazing. Some of the even more modern movies that we've seen. That, I mean, as an example, Tropic Thunder, which I use for clips from my channel all the fucking time.
Yes,
you can never do
Mm-hmm.
an actual and they're talking about maybe doing a sequel, but there's no way it'll be the same as the first one, because that was just pushing the boundaries that would be just beyond racist and sexist and all this fucking bullshit we got going on now. But of course, in the best humor possible.
Yeah,
and I think
Jamie Foxx even said he cast Robert Downey Jr. in even a more offensive role, but he won't show the film because he knows it would get absolutely blasted by the Alphabet Mafia.
Wasn't like Robert Downey? Didn't he do an interview with somebody where he pretty much like said, "Yeah, there's no way we can make this," but he said he'll never apologize for it though, because it was a great role.
Yeah, it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a couple of years
He
ago.
might be on Joe Rogan.
It was on Rogan, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was the thing, is like it was, oh, that's blackface. It's like,
so
well,
I don't care.
It
see
was a
whiteface all the
parody,
time.
right? It's
They
like
made fun of the blackface. They made fun
exactly
of the racism behind it. That's the thing. That's the joke.
That was the entire hook to the joke.
Yes.
Yeah, it was they were making a
racist.
parody.
They're making a joke out of the racism.
Uh-huh.
That was what was fucking funny about it. But yeah, at least he's his ground on it. Unlike the little fucktard bitch who plays Apu on The Simpsons, fucking apologize for racial shit like
Hank
that.
Azaria?
Hank Azaria. Yeah.
I remember it was
I love all his voices, but
years ago. It was an old Saturday Night Live skit where Eddie Murphy painted himself white, and he looked like Geraldo Rivera. He's walking around in just the white.
They did that on and Chappelle did that too.
Yeah,
that's not a problem, right?
Well, they made a movie called White Girls, and it was literally the Wayans brothers. And then
Sean and Marlon.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, dude, I watch Family Guy, and they make fun of Jews all the time. And you know what? You know who wrote those jokes?
Alex Borstein,
who is a comedic genius, by the way. Women can be funny.
Yep.
She's a proof that. And I don't get offended. And dude, I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's, and I laughed my ass off when Mickey Rooney did the "Hey, you down there, rocket right?" Like, I'm Asian, dude. Like, I should be like freaking pissed off. I got the best of both worlds.
I used that clip. I did a video. It was like 3 years ago about what was his name? Sebastian Stan, that played Bucky Barnes. His girlfriend got in some trouble because for a photo of her at a party because she was wearing a kimono, and they said she was culturally appropriating.
It better never say that again.
So I played. I was like, let's see. So I used the what are the cats, the Siamese cats from, was that the Aristocat?
Yes.
I used that. I used the Mickey Rooney clip from Breakfast at Tiffany's. It was Breakfast. Yeah. I used those, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, this is a joke. Like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. Like, did she paint her eyes to look like they were different? I mean, no, she was wearing a fucking kimono. Like, that was it. Like,
dude, you remember that gorgeous?
She looked good.
There was this gorgeous young lady who was attending her prom, and she had the audacity to wear the xingyong, or it's like the Chinese or the chengxiong, or however you pronounce it, or cheongsong. I'm gonna butcher it because I'm Korean. I'm not Chinese. But this guy gets on Twitter and just lambasts her and like, cultural appropriation, that my culture is not your costume, and blah blah blah. She looked good in that, dude. Shut the fuck up. Ruin this girl's freaking prom. Like,
there's a difference between paying homage to something by wearing a dress or something like that, or just straight up ripping it off. And she's not. It wasn't. I'm sure this is a kid. It's not done with any ill intent.
No.
You know what I mean? She
But
probably she tried it on. It looked good, and she's like, I want the dress. Okay.
But
what
like,
the fuck's the issue?
Like, okay, so devil's advocate. Okay, say we don't know their intentions. Who cares? Who you don't own that? Like people could wear kippas. Like what is it? Gentiles can wear kippas or yarmulkes all they want. You know, they can even get the little, whatever. I don't care. You know, I'm just happy that my culture isn't dying. You know, like they did a clip of that one dude who dressed in the sombrero and the poncho, and he went to a university, and he's like, "Is this offensive?" And they're like, "You're culturally appropriating." He literally took a drive down to Mexico, asked Mexicans, "Hey, is this offensive?" They're like, "Oh, hell no! Like you're wearing our shit. This is cool." Like,
you know who do care? Suburban white bitches.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boardhouse.
That's it.
Fucking people who care. And for some reason, we keep listening to the suburban white privileged bitches.
Feminism. We give women too much power.
who wrote The Woman King? Two leftist white women. Let's just not forget that. Glinzer says, see Thomas Howells in witness protection for BLM. I met C. Thomas Howell, had my picture taken with him. Yep, at Horror Hound, and he is not only absolutely incredibly wonderful and nice, he's also very small. Like he stood next to me, I was like, he's so tiny. Like he's not only short, but he is a very small statured man. Like he's very small, like almost lithe, as it were. I'm like, how are you this? Like he doesn't look that small on TV. Like you can tell he's not a big guy, but it's like I didn't think he was that short. Like he's very, very
you're
small.
6'3", dude. You're like super tall. Like,
but I mean, I don't know. I guess I just didn't expect him to be that tiny. You know, I mean, I figured he was like 6'1". You know, I mean, but it's just TV. I guess it adds a foot. I don't know.
He's got platforms. He's got those Darby Allin shoes.
He's wearing lifts. Those are Frankenstein's monsters boots from the Monster Squad, you dick.
You just carry him around like Andy carries Woody around, you know?
Who runs Barter Town?
He's just flopping like Woody, you know?
My left foot.
Etep is twice as tall as his wife. He accidentally steps on her lap, but she's starting to like it.
Oh no! Oh man,
he's met her. He knows she's tiny. She's only 5 foot tall. See, Frankie knows. He says, "Put that pizza down. You're not Italian." It's ridiculous.
Exactly, dude. I love it when I hear white people talking about going to Korean barbecue.
Oh man, that's one of the things that brings people together. Food, man. That's one of the things that brings people together.
Yeah. And music, like dude, I was freaking ecstatic. Like, I don't listen to K-pop or any of that shit, but it's ecstatic when Psy's Gangnam Style came, and like people were like Americans when I was a kid. A lot of Americans didn't know that there were other Asians beyond Chinese and Japanese. So when I said Korean, they're like, "You're cream?" I'm like, "No, Korean." They're like, "What the hell is that?"
Well, you're Chinese or Japanese.
I know. That's that stuff that rules everything around me, right? Korean.
Korean Abdul-Jabbar.
So you say you're from Korea. Well, are you Chinese or Japanese?
Exactly.
What kind of ease is that?
Man. So I love that. I love the fact that we get Squid Game, that we get Parasite, and all that. And it's like, it's not a big deal. You know, like, appropriate that shit all the hell you want. Train to Busan, man. Appropriate that shit. Go cosplay as those characters at a Comic-Con, and you could be black, Latino, white. I don't give a shit. That's just cool.
So I feel like I'm being a mouthpiece for Crowder today, but so June is Cultural Appropriation Month for Louder Crowder.
Yeah, I love
every
those.
Thursday they pick a new culture to appropriate, because to appropriate is to appreciate.
Yes.
Dave Landau as the Japanese schoolgirl.
Is there like one of those little what's the thing on Christmas that you open up the little box and you pick the different things?
Advent calendar?
Like advent calendar of cultures. You just pick one.
Wait, how come the Jew knew this?
I'm questioning.
Have a great night, words of paradise.
Yeah.
Because I haven't gotten anything for Christmas in 40 years.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's hard being a Jew on Christmas.
J-E-W.
Fucking South Park.
J-E-W.
It's not easy being Steen. When they think you only want the green.
Yeah, back the way you came.
Someday you'll find it. The Rothschild connection.
The robbers. This. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, man, the headache from laughing. Excellent, Smithers.
Excellent. Excellent.
You know, that's who that's based off of, you know.
Who's that?
Mr. Byrne is based off that Rothschild guy. Yeah.
That
wouldn't surprise
That
me.
makes sense. That makes sense. Which is it? I'm trying to think because I've been there. It was Denver Airport that's got all the
horse
Rothschild
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I've been to this airport. And it is Denver. When I was going out to Vegas, I flew through my connector was in Denver, and I was because I'd heard about Alex Jones. I heard Alex Jones talk about it fucking 15, 16 years ago when I was listening to InfoWars, and I was this shit is everywhere. I did have a good meal there though. So the Satanism.
I've seen the video.
The Satanism
like it is so you cannot question that is some fucked up shit that's going on there. There's so many things about like the fact that really they didn't even need to build a new airport, let alone as big as it was. There's the entire construction about what's like down below, and just like there's all kinds of just super on top of all the weird satanic imagery and all this other shit going on throughout there. It is a fucking weird setup.
Yeah. And then the fucking airport in Vegas, they changed the fucking name of it to the goddamn Harry Reid International Airport. I'm like,
what?
Does one of the entryway doors is it tinted to match the black eye that he had for like a year?
Yeah, I fell skiing. Who punched you in the face, Harry?
You didn't come out of he got in a fight with his brother. Isn't that what it was?
I
Well,
think
you know,
so.
like, they all get the black
I
eyes
think
too.
it
It's
was.
part of the initiation ritual.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, there is definitely that Illuminati fucking thing. That's
So wait a minute. Black eyes, right? Now, they don't all get the black
Yeah.
eyes. Was that black eyes or black eyes?
They just get one black guy.
They all get the black eyes.
Yeah.
Frank,
You get a black
CJP's
eye.
got some
You
good
get
jokes
a
in
black eye. Everybody
Yeah,
gets
right.
a black eye.
Whoa,
Oprah.
Oprah.
Are you all gonna wait? They are remaking The Color Purple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
The little mermaids in that too. Hallie, my eyes are so far apart. Peter Parker, Spider-Man can't even pull them back together again. Is starring in that, which is
Why are they
funny. I
remaking
just
that?
like, I don't know. I can't wait for a modern reimagining of Roots,
Well, you know the guy
starring
who
George
did
Floyd's ghost.
Well, Roots, the guy who made it, actually admitted that it was all fiction. Like that never happened like that at all. And there
Yeah, it was all
it
make
convinced an entire generation or multiple generations of black people that this is how it went down, and it's not even remotely close. And then
Chicken George Floyd.
Well, I can understand why they're remaking The Color Purple, because they want to get it back into the zeitgeist, because they fed that line of shit to me that, you know, Alice Walker, the womanist. Okay, you know how there's feminists? There's something worse than feminism. It's called womanism, and it's the gold medalist in the Oppression Olympics. So you know how there's feminism, which is this belief that all men oppress women. You know, it's like if you're a woman, you're instantly at a disadvantage. You're oppressed. Well, there's a thing called womanism, which this angry black lesbian invented, Alice Walker, who wrote The Color Purple and a couple other victimology books, who believes that black women have it worse than white women and every other women. So they have a thing called womanism, where not only are you oppressed by all men, but because you're black, you're also oppressed by feminoir or whatever, or misogynoir, where you're oppressed by both your own kind and by other people in general for your color and for your gender. So it's like, you know,
the Ultra Super Saiyan instinct level 7.
Exactly. So that's why they're making that shit. It's because they want to keep pushing this Marxist victimology crap. And, you know, because the movie's like, what, 30 years old now? So they want to get it. Yeah, they want to get it back into the common, you know, so people start referencing it. Kind of like what they tried to do with The Handmaid's Tale when, like, they were pushing this idea that, like, evil Christians and white men were, like, going to turn women into birthing factories and shit.
Yeah.
And it didn't work because a lot of conservatives were, like, going, yeah, this is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, and that chick that's in it that always looks tired is the star. What the hell is her name? Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah.
She always looks tired.
Yeah.
She's just haggard. Like, I don't know. Shiftygism says the new color purple is based on the stage musical, not the original film, which was an adaptation of the book.
Yep.
Not exactly the same thing. Okay.
Oh, so they're gonna do musicals? Harpo gonna beat me.
So like the grease of you know. Yeah, John Travolta dancing around.
Go purple lightning, go! All the fat black ladies. You saw the stretch marks.
Lizzo's in it. That prequel to Grease, the Pink Ladies show. Me and the wife watched a couple episodes of that. We couldn't take it. We couldn't take it because like I've seen Grease probably a dozen times in my life. You know, it's just a movie that it's on. You know, it comes on, you watch it, whatever. But we watched 2 episodes, actually an episode and a half, and just were like, nope.
Wow.
Like it's the Pinkies show, whatever it is.
The Pink Ladies.
Pink Ladies, yeah, okay.
It's fucking like I said, like I'm not a huge musical fan, but it's just fucking stupid. Like.
This coming from the guy who stomached an entire season of Batwoman.
I know.
3 seasons. 3.
3
3 seasons of Batwoman.
That puts some scary
watching episodes multiple times, like to you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like to do it.
So the Pink Ladies show on a scale of 1 to 10, how woke is it?
I mean, it's
10
up
being
there.
Wokey as fuck.
Yeah.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. Okay, that's what I figured.
It's a 10. Yeah.
I figured. And any single time any of these shows want to come out where it's stressing some sort of ethnicity or gender or something like that, it's just going to be some woke shit. It's just woke as fuck.
Yeah. There's a trans wants to be one of like the T-Birds. I mean, it's just all over the place with the feminism and all the other bullshit. Just diversity and inclusion. That's the best way to describe it.
The feminine guy who wants to be the pink lady, right?
Oh,
it's like, oh god.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's some gay dude wants to be with the pink ladies. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if that
it
one
wouldn't
was the
surprise
Troon.
me. That's all I'm saying.
That one was
to wear a prom dress.
Yeah, that one was the Troon. And it was fucking weird. And I don't know. I just, like I said, it was when it came, we watched it when it first came out because I was just like, hey, I'm going to suffer through this. And she had the day off and I'm like, okay. So she didn't want to talk to me pretty much after that for the rest of the day. It was like when we watched Batwoman, the very first episode together. When I was writing my very first review, she sat down and watched it. She made it 15 minutes and just walked out of the room. She was like, "Nope." Wow. She goes, "This is fucking stupid." She goes, she was making fun of Ruby Rose. She goes, "How is that little bitch gonna fight anybody?" She's like 80 pounds, you know. And the misery continued for 83 fucking godforsaken videos. Yeah.
I'm really glad I decided not to take that route with my channel because I thought I was going to do that, try to review all the garbage. Nope. I don't get. Nope. Not doing it.
Kept your sanity.
Yep.
I gave up. I did. I gave up on it. I did. Like Gotham Knights, I made it 4 episodes, and I was like, peace. I'm out.
I watched the first 10 minutes of the Watchmen series, which I was actually a big fan of the Watchmen movie, which a lot of people don't like. I love that movie. But 10 minutes of that series, though, immediately, I mean, right off the bat, you can tell it's just nothing but racism. The entire fucking show is going to be about racism.
Oh.
So, nope.
How do you go from Rorschach to that?
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
Oof.
Did you ever check it out?
Lord.
I never did. I never
saw
it.
the previews, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so.
It really
costume's stupid.
It was like the first 5 minutes was just a setup that it was just gonna be all about racism. But then I made an extra 5 minutes. Said, nope, I can't put up with this. I'm usually willing to give something a try for one episode. I couldn't make it past 10 minutes. Like, nah, I know this is exactly where it's going. It was unrelenting for 10 fucking minutes.
What I did with that Evil Dead movie. As soon as they threw in the Jonathan Brandis looking Transformer, I'm out. Done. I was like Matt Berry in that skit where like he refused to be in the friend zone. Fuck you! And he just kicks the dog.
I never saw that. I didn't see the new Evil Dead movie. I watched the remake of. I didn't like the remake. I like the original one. I don't remember Army of Darkness that much. I haven't seen it in years and years and years.
It's my favorite one out of them.
Army of Darkness is the only one I know. I've actually never seen anything else.
Oh, damn!
I've never seen it except for the sequel TV series.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yes, Ash versus Evil Dead, which really messed me up because so for some reason I thought that Army of the Dead was the only movie. Like it never even occurred to me that the beginning part of it where it's talking about the other movies, for some reason as a kid I always thought that was some sort of a weird setup pretending there was other movies when there actually was. I never realized how much of a backstory there was to all this shit. I watched Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Well, it did a good summation of the first. So the first movie and the second movie are the exact same movie. One was just done with a better budget. So somebody actually did a cut where they spliced like the opening of the first movie. And then once you get to a certain part where the hell breaks loose, then they go into the second movie and they spliced it and it makes sense so that there'd literally only be one movie before you watched Army of Darkness. But the summary that you get in Army of Darkness, in my opinion, is good enough. Like you don't need to see the like it's good. It's just
Well, but the other ones are meant to be funny also, right? Like are they as fun as Army of Darkness or are they meant to be dark movies?
No, the first one is not supposed to be funny. But it was wacky cinematography that kind of made it funny. So they just went full bore into the second movie. And there are parts like where they show in Evil Dead where he like his hand and he cuts his hand off and all that stuff. So they did kind of amp up the comedy in the second one. But the third one just went full comedy. You know, I will swallow your soul. No thanks. I've already been married. You know?
I love Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jason Holt says Army of Darkness was in the theater. Saw in theater. It was a blast. Saw Jurassic Park and Tombstone there too. I saw Jurassic Park in the theater.
Yes.
In Phoenix, Arizona. Had to make a trip to Tombstone, of course.
Oh,
nice.
Dude, I was just there, man.
I would say, you were out there.
I was there for a full
video.
I was there for a full fucking week. I got my fucking hat. There on Allen Street to prove it. I feel like I'm getting called out for stolen valor as a cavalry. This is a replica of a Civil War hat, all right? It's not an actual fucking cavalry Stetson. I love it.
You'd be like, I was there, man. I was there.
Yeah. Remember the Alamo?
Dude, I
was young, but I was there.
I had such a blast in Tombstone. That place is fucking great. And it's base as fuck. Everyone who lives there is super fucking conservative.
Yes.
They even tell me that like liberals try to move there and they don't last long. They move they leave right away.
Nice.
Nice. Shifty gives him and he brings up Lost, which is one of my favorite television shows. He says the ironic thing about the Watchmen show being all about racism, the guy behind that, Damon Lindelof, just had a Variety article drop revealing he ran a racist writer's room on Lost with Carlton Cuse. Wasn't Carlton Cusin on The Sopranos too?
I'm not sure. They're all striking still, though.
Yeah, but Lost had issues in the last season. I still fucking love that show. I love
it. Suffered the J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah, too many.
Started off amazing. Well, no, so you can tell
the
where
writers.
That's
the
where it
strike hit that show
because
between season 4 and 5, I think it was.
Yeah, I was geeking out with my coworkers about that. We all having theories. We're like, maybe the island is Lemuria or Mu or Atlantis. You know, we had all these different theories going.
Yeah.
And it turned out that they just pulled the Deus Ex Machina in the last season, completely threw out everything. You had a kid that could like resurrect birds or bring birds into reality. Remember that when he had like a picture and he could like bring a polar bear and shit? And it was like, oh, damn. And they didn't do anything with that. They didn't do anything with the others. They didn't do it. And it was like, okay, fuck this show. Like that like conclusion, people are like, oh, it was very, it was very, I'm like, no, this was terrible. Like this was like Game of Thrones terrible.
I'm very happy that when the show was happening, I was a huge fan the first few seasons. I can't remember where it was, but like in between one of the breaks, I lost interest. And it was when I had DVR. This is when DVR was still like kind of beginning. And I think I fucked up and I didn't DVR a season. So I lost an entire season. And it eventually, when it came out on a streaming service or I was renting through Netflix or something, I said, fuck it, I'm just going to get the last season.
Oh,
and
no.
I watched the last season, but I was fine, though, because I had all the clip notes. I'd seen, like, all these fucking, all the ads and everything for all these, like, sideways, whatever it was. So when I watched the last season, I'm like, yep, glad I just skipped those other 2 seasons. And I had no interest of ever going back and watching them. Nope.
I'm watching it again.
Good. The show's good in the beginning.
Yep.
Don't care about the rest.
I'm watching it again for like the 4th or 5th time.
Really?
Oh, damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, they did John Locke dirty.
I can't.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Terry O'Quinn in that show.
Dude, he was amazing in that.
He was fucking great. Him and Michael Emerson, Ben in that, dude.
Yeah,
he's so good at playing the heel. He was in that show with the cat from Luke Cage, Mike Coulter. No. It was a show about like exorcisms. It was on CBS a couple of years ago. I was watching it. It went kind of woke. Like Michael Emerson's character had a group called the Incel Army. I mean, it did go a little bit woke, but it was overall it was a good. I can't remember the fucking name of it now. It's been like 3 years. I don't even know if they ever came back with like a second season or not. It was one of those shows I just kind of fell out from.
I want to tell people about a series, but I want them to hold off until at least the second or third season. But there's a show called From on MGM Gold right now. And it's freaking awesome, dude. Like the writing is amazing. It worries me because it has a lot of mystery box style J.J. Abrams writing in it. And we all know those usually end in unfulfilling garbage. But it's so well written. It's a horror supernatural show about people. It's somewhere in America. They don't know where. But these people just are driving on the road. They could be in Texas, New England, California. It doesn't matter. And suddenly they encounter this knocked over tree along this wooded highway. And they try to turn around and they find themselves in this town and they can't get out. And it turns out when the night comes at night, these people come out of the woods and basically are these demonic things that like tear them apart and eat them and shit. But so they have to like hide or go into their houses and like lock all the windows and doors and shit. And it's pretty freaking freaky. But if it goes the same way as everything J.J. Abrams, I would definitely urge people to hold off until at least the third season to actually get any investment in it. But so far, it's freaking amazing.
Okay. What streamer is that on?
It's on MGM. You can see the first season for free on Amazon Prime, and that's what got me hooked. And yeah, it's really good. It's called From, just the word FROM.
All right, I'll have to check that out. Frankie knows the show. Yeah, he said the show was called, him and Shifty Gism. It was Evil was the show with Michael Emerson and Mike Coulter. And then Clone Geek added on and said the show's called Evil. They moved it to Paramount Plus and it's still going. I'm gonna go back and rewatch the whole thing. There was another good sci-fi show. It did 2 seasons. It was on Fox back in like I want to say 2013, 2014, called Wayward Pines. And Jason Patrick was the lead. I think it was based on a book. The dude that played the Nazi scientist from Hydra, the little guy with the glasses, he was the voice. Yeah. He was like one of the main characters in it. They froze like the whole town in like it was like cryogenics or whatever, and they had a wall built around it. It was like in a canyon. and there was like creatures out. They couldn't go outside the wall or they'd get attacked, basically. But Jason Patrick was the only one that didn't know it. Yeah, Wayward Pines was fucking good. Then the second season, they replaced Jason Patrick with, I can't remember who it was that the lead was, but it was a good fucking show. And he was like trying to escape. It was solid, man. It was good science fiction. I always liked that one. I thought that was good. But Fox had like Terra Nova when that came out.
Oh God,
I was in awe of that show.
I was so disappointed.
Fuck.
Dude, it had that guy from what is it from Avatar?
Stephen Lang.
Yeah, the big jacked grandpa. That guy was freaking awesome.
Uh-huh.
He makes a good baby face too. I was surprised, like, because you always see him as like an evil jackass heel, and like he made an awesome hero in that. And I think that what the reason for them canceling it was that the budget was too high. They were always over budget because of the dinosaur special effects and stuff. But it was such a well-written show. The characters were awesome. And it breaks my heart that we'll never get to see what happens with that story.
So talking about destroyed great potential projects from Fox. Anybody watched Space Above and Beyond?
Yes! Holy shit, dude! Remember the mutant guy? You're always feeling pain.
I saw a video pop up talking about that on YouTube out of nowhere, and I go, "Holy fuck! I forgot all about that show. What a fucking." I think it only lasted for one season, but what amazing potential. What a fun original show that was.
Was that a Heinlein? Was that based off of Robert Heinlein's stuff? Because they were like kind of like space marines, like when they were colonizing out there. Like
I think that they were space marines. Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, it's a lot like a mix of like Halo and Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
And just fucking awesome show. Dude.
Well,
I saw
characters.
That pop over my timeline on YouTube and blew my fucking mind. Holy shit, I love that show.
It still holds up today, guys. So if you can get it on like Tubi or wherever, definitely watch it.
Oh yeah, Space Above and Beyond. Yeah, guys, definitely check it out. I think I saw. Yeah, it was like might even be on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Even better.
Yeah, and Shifty Gizm was talking about Wayward Pines. I forgot Terrence Howard was the fucking sheriff in that show.
Rhodey? The real Rhodey?
The real Rhodey, right? That's funny. God, The Terror. Okay, I didn't mention this earlier. The Terror is a fucking masterpiece. It's not misery porn like many critics say. The first season of The Terror was great. With the ship when they were going on they were trying to sail around was the Arctic Circle, and then you had the second season was set in the Japanese internment camp. Did they go any further? Did they go any further than that with it? I can't remember. But no, I remember the first season pretty well because it had what was the guy that played the captain of the ship in it? He was in the Morbius movie. I can't think of his name.
Matt Smith?
Older guy. No. British, older. I can't think of his name, but yeah. The Terror was a good one. Oh, Nelson says he owns Space Above and Beyond on DVD.
Yes.
What a blast!
I just found a playlist. You can find the entire season on YouTube. There's a dude
Hell
who's
yeah!
got
Nice.
all the full episodes on YouTube. Yeah, just look up Space Above and Beyond full episodes, full series. Fuck
Yeah,
this is what crowdfunding should be handling, dude. Crowdfunding.
Yeah, and there's a video on here talking about what's happening with the reboot news from only 3 months ago. I didn't hear about it, but that'd be great if somebody's going to reboot this show.
Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't suck and turn out to be woke as fuck, that is.
No, well, that's where crowdfunding comes in. Like, so there's this guy who, I mean, I know they're like, oh, he's woke and he's a lefty or whatever, but like, he's not being tainted by corporations. This guy, Denver Jackson, made his own like anime essentially, all by himself. It was just him. He contracted his own, like he was an animator from somewhere in Canada, got his buddies together, contracted out some additional animators or whatever, and made a feature-length film. And he threw it on Kickstarter. Why can't we do the same for Space Above and Beyond? You know? Like, that way you don't have the meddling. You don't have any of these, oh, boy, we got to put the ESG score in there. No, fuck you, dude. Like, we're doing this on our own. I'd support
to
it.
appease the screeching purple-haired banshees.
Yep, exactly. None of that shit. That's why comics, dude, are thriving. These indie comics on these things is because they don't have Marvel or DC writers going in there. What were they called? The blue-haired land whales? You know, telling them it'd be a real shame if someone called your book sexist. You know,
Yeah, they're terrorists. They're cultural terrorists. That's all they are.
Yep.
Yeah, they just destroy things. They don't want to build things up. They don't want to build new.
This is what terrorists do.
They don't have the capabilities.
Yeah,
to
they can only destroy.
build
They
anything.
can't create.
Yep. And it's fucking sad, and I don't want to leave it on that note. We need to leave it on a funny note. Thanks, Chris.
I'm so sorry. I like to bring a ray of sunshine out of my ears.
And here's the goddamn rook, Mr. Sunshine on my goddamn windows, John Denver.
All right. If you want something funny, I can make you laugh at me.
Yes.
Yes. And I just spilled water all over myself. So it looks like I pissed myself.
Where did I put it? It's in or something.
Usually it would get caught in my beard, but it's gone. There's nothing.
There's no more Etep.
You know that
it's
you quote tweet a younger picture of yourself.
Yeah.
So I did this one just to really freak people out. Yes, it's actually me at 9 years old.
Look at little CJ.
Yeah.
I was thin and like not ugly and had hair. And
were you at a roller rink?
Got the bitches and I was at a roller rink.
Sweet, dude. I miss those.
I used to love roller skating. I did it all the time with my mom and my sister.
Same here, man.
Dude. There was a roller rink, like it's closed down now, but I grew up going there, and there's nothing that beats that. It was so much fun as a kid.
You go up to the DJ booth and you're like, "Hey, you got that new?" And like whatever it was, you put it up there, and if they liked you, this one goes out to Chris.
Although I do hate that roller rink because they played one specific song way too much, and I hate it to this day. "Take Me Home Tonight" by Eddie Money. I
Take me home tonight.
hate that song. Like Eddie Money, I know you were short on money when you wrote that piece of shit. God damn, I want to go back in time and beat you to death with the right.
He's in the recording studio and you just
yeah.
Here's something funny. Here you go. Here, get a good laugh. There's me with hair back in 2018. There you go.
Yeah, dang.
There you go. There.
Yeah, he's got the Shakespeare. Dost thou see the Etepeth?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I'm afraid roller skating now. I'm sure my fat ass would break my ankles just by skating in them. Be like,
no, when inline skates came into fashion, like I lost interest in roller skating. Like I don't know what it was. Like I just didn't have the same balance. But when it's those four wheels and you're just out on the rink, like that shit was awesome, man.
I didn't have a roller skating rink. I had a patch of woods with a pile of asbestos and a pile of batteries.
You look like a skinny quarter black Garrett.
Look, if you'll notice how curly the hair gets when it gets long and I slick it, it tends to curl.
That's right. We get a jullet. We don't get mullets.
Dude, I ain't lying, man. You and quarter black Garrett look like fucking twins in that picture.
That was I was actually the pastor at a wedding that day. That's
quarter black's little brother, eighth black.
2018.
If I had any black heritage or ethnicity in me, I would almost have complete joke telling immunity. I would take advantage of that shit.
Yeah.
I got one. I got one for you.
All right.
Earlier.
That's me too. I'm everything but Jewish and Japanese, and we're not too sure about the Japanese. That could be.
Nani? Omae wa mo shindaru.
Your chicken is already dead.
I did. My brother did the DNA test thing one time. It was like everything that was Caucasian. It was like every European country had a circle around it.
Yeah, but one of my buddies, one of the engineer friends, went on to 23andMe and he hooked us all up with free tests. And for a while when we were game testing Defiance, my handle in the internal build was African Ginger, because apparently in the 23andMe test, I don't know if it got messed up or if I just have sub-Saharan African in me or whatever, but it was like you got like the Ashkenazi over in like northeastern Europe. You've got the what is it, the English over in Great Britain. You got the Korean over in the Korean Peninsula, and then you got this little circle over in like, I don't know, Ethiopia or whatever. And my coworker goes, according to this, it said you should have red hair and it should be curly. I'm like, yeah, I don't have red hair. He's like, dude, this means you're an African Ginger. I'm like, okay, that's my handle. And we're all playing like, who the hell is African Ginger? Like, that's my people.
My people. Let my people go.
Yeah.
I grew up believing I was half Irish my entire damn life until my sister took the test and found out like 0.03% Irish.
Oh, man.
Almost none.
I know I'm
Mostly
at least
British and
part Irish.
Scandinavian.
My grandfather was fresh off the boat Irish.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got adopted.
And well, that was our belief. We always had this belief. We had this, like, I'm not going to repeat the name, but this Cornelius so came off the boat through Canada and came through into the Minnesota area somewhere and tried tracing his history back. And all they could trace back to was Canada. They couldn't find out where he came from before that. And then come to find out we have like no fucking Irish in our blood. I have these conspiracy theories in my head, like he's some sort of criminal that fucking managed to like forge paperwork and all that shit.
So my old man used to say our Italian heritage. He used to say, "We're not from the boot, we're from the ship."
Is that Sicily?
Yeah, the little shit at the end of the boot there. He said, "We're from the shit." He said,
That's the chicken the guy was kicking.
Yeah,
that's right. From the chicken.
Hey, look at that! We managed to circle back.
It's like
Did we Jen Psaki that? You circled back.
We circled
a few times. Been around that track. It's not going to happen like that because I ain't no circle back girl.
Ain't no circle back girl.
It's my shit. It's my shit. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not singing anymore. I'm done. I won't sing. I promise. Papa says no idea what you're talking about. You know what? We fake it. We fake it most of the time.
We were talking about stuff. Were we even talking about
right?
2 hours of what
stuff you speak of?
When are we starting the show?
You have to explain.
I don't know.
Oh wait, we're live.
I thought this whole
we're live,
pal.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
You know you stream together a lot when you're both doing the same JR quote, thinking about a Sid Vicious clip. That was probably one of the most brilliant fucking times. We're live. Can we do that again? No. Either that or the WrestleMania set falling down and Mean Gene going, fuck it, and just walking away. That was priceless. Oh. But yeah, folks.
You do. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
In comes Vince McMahon. What's up, Mike? That's it. I'm not saying it. I bet you guys thought I was going to.
Save it for June 19th, baby.
We're saving for the Juneteenth extravaganza here at the Place to Be Reviews, where we'll be watching Roots, The Color Purple, and I'll be dressed as Kunta Kinte. No, we'll hire Jimmy Kimmel to do that because he's so fond of blackface. That's our show tonight, folks. Thank you, everybody in the chat. You guys fucking rock. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. Let me go around. Does anybody have anything coming up? I'll start over with Chris. You got anything coming up, man?
Other than my book on Amazon, you can see the link down there in the bottom left. Let's see. I think tomorrow. Oh, actually, not to plug you, Etep, but if I recall right, you're going to be on one of our mutual friends streams tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
And I might be able to hop on, hang out for a little bit. That'll be pretty cool because
awesome.
Black Angus is freaking awesome, and
yes,
I believe this channel is called Meth Gator here on YouTube, so that's definitely worth checking out.
No, the channel is Black Angus. Meth Gator's his Twitter handle.
Yeah, it's his Twitter handle.
Okay. So yeah, Black Angus
other account got suspended.
Yep.
Yeah,
dude. Good Army vet. I've had him on my show many times.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Man. Yeah, great guy all around. So hopefully we'll be there tomorrow, hanging out with Etep on Black Angus Reviews show. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely, brother. Anytime, man. Next up is Adam, Soldier
Hi,
Spirit.
it's me. Hey, everybody. Yeah, again, I want to stress to everybody, if you like my political commentary, which I know I bring a lot of on here, and that's kind of my thing. We do have our Vets Talking with Knife Hands. We're gonna do every Thursday at 10 Eastern. I forgot to mention I met a pretty fucking hardcore snake-eating Green Beret badass motherfucker at the bar the other day, and he does his own podcast along with the Navy SEAL, and he's gonna pop on at some point. I may have both the Green Beret and the fucking Navy SEAL on at the same time. We're gonna bitch about some shit. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun with those motherfuckers. But also this Saturday, we do have Lila Hart, comedian, friend of Chrissy Mayer, is going to be on Skinamax Saturday. So come check that out as well. Appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much, Etep. It's been a blast.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Thank you for being here as always, man.
Cheers to you, buddy. Thank you.
Cheers. CJP.
Yeah, you can buy my music on YouTube on my channel. I've got a link to Bandcamp, so if you actually want to purchase said music, you can do so. Support your local artists. But as for YouTube, you can find me on I'll be on Dermy Wormy's channel on Friday night for Ballbusters, where things get really degenerate, which is fun. Saturday afternoon we'll be on the Legion of Memers meme stream. I'm not sure who our guest is this weekend. I'm assuming I'll find out usually the day before when they make me do the thumbnail, and then of course Saturday night's main event. I'll be here with all you guys, just trying to queue up stuff and kill Etep stream for a third week in a row. See if I can do it. Motherfucker.
Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks for being on, bud.
Absolutely, my man. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Brutal Morningwood.
Hey, my channel doesn't do much of anything just yet. I'm just glad to be included, and saves me from making a lot of typos in the chat and things like that. A little fun fact I'll leave you with the veteran stuff and everything. I found out recently one of my 5-time removed great grandfathers was one of the riders that warned people that the redcoats were coming.
Oh shit.
So that's pretty,
really?
I got like my mom could be like Daughters of the Revolution type.
Oh damn,
sign up
dude,
for that. Like,
that's
I got
awesome.
Yeah. So it's in there. It's in there somewhere.
No, that's really cool. Yeah, for those who don't know, what's his face who gets all the credit for that with
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere was he didn't even make it. He got caught. Nope. There was 5 riders at the same time as contingencies, and Paul Revere didn't even make it. The only reason everyone remembers him is because his wife made the poem that became famous, and everyone believes it was him. But that's really fucking cool that you have history with one of those 5 riders. That's awesome.
Yeah. I got one of my grandfather's uncles was Admiral Bull Halsey. Instrumental in World War II.
Okay.
Did a lot of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, that's the story. Anyway, just thanks for including me, and be safe, and take care of you and take care of yours, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for being here, Brutal. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And yeah, you guys can catch me tomorrow night over on Black Angus channel, Black Angus Reviews at I think 9. He starts around 9 Eastern. I'll be over there. So I have now given up both my nights off this week to stream because we streamed last night at like 11 o'clock just for fun. We started. And tomorrow morning, we're doing a morning show before I go to work. 9:35 until about 10:45, so I'll only be a couple minutes late going in. But we'll do that tomorrow and Friday. Friday night, I'll be over on Draven's Watching Wrestling. Saturday night, we'll be here for Saturday night's main event, 9:15 until about 11, and then we will be playing Mario Kart again, ladies and gents, which is a blast. Join us over on Draven's channel for that. Everybody's links are in the description, including Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective, Vinnieart. Who else is down there that's not here? Tony's link is in there. So please go through there, subscribe to everybody. Everybody on the panel, Brutal, I'll add his in there. Yeah, subscribe and follow these guys on Twitter. They're all hilarious and wonderful creators. Thank you so much. Let me thank this chat. We got Keely Chow, Nelson the Psychopath, Jason Holt, and welcome to our new subscribers. Thank you guys. We appreciate the support. Papa Cotton, JB, Rise Together, Fallon, thank you, darling, appreciate it. And everybody over at the FC Phantom Collective, my editor, Goodstuff. Let's see, who else was here? Glinzer, Shiftygism, Clone Geek, Papa Cotton, of course. Let's see, we had Superfan Adam Shawhan, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, who we mentioned. Make sure you subscribe to Tommy and check out him and Vinny in their toy stream tomorrow, I believe at 7, I think it is. Subscribe and turn that bell on so you know exactly. Darius Munchausen, thank you, man. Appreciate you being here, brother. Fellow denizen of the Murder Mitten, thank you, man. Words of Paradise, who we're going to be having on soon. And I was on Ryan Roger Athay's stream earlier. Subscribe to him. I appreciated him having me on as a guest. It was great. So thank you, everybody. I don't want to miss anybody, but if I do, know that we appreciate you guys for being here on this 29th edition of Holy Shit News. So yeah, join us, subscribe, catch these guys' streams, and that's it, folks. Have a great rest of your evening. I'm Etep from the Place to Be Reviews. We've been here with all yous. We don't see you. Have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I could do this all